All right, all right. Thought I'd do a little live stream right quick. You know, talk about some of these fights that happened. I heard Jaime Magaya got a unanimous decision, so he didn't knock the dude out. Then, for some reason, people wanted me to talk about what happened with Deontay Wilder's brother. Deontay Wilder's brother ain't even what you would call a prospect. He just a dude that started his career. He only got like 3 fights in, and he got Um, unfortunately, he got KO'd, yesterday. And for some reason, people wanted me to talk about that, like that was relevant or something, like that was a big deal. I don't follow the suit of everybody else, man, but apparently he got knocked out. People were saying, "Why don't I talk about it?" I was like, I didn't feel like that was important enough to talk about, but they saying that he got knocked out. So that's unfortunate for him, but it wasn't Wilder. Now, reports are saying that Wilder and Fury will be announced within the next couple of weeks. So, I got to get prepared for that fight. You know, got to get prepared for that fight. That fight should be pretty good. I ain't gonna say pretty good. It's gonna be a good fight. I think Deontay Wilder is not gonna make the mistakes that he made in the first fight. I think he's gonna be patient. He's gonna take what Tyson Fury gives him, and I think he will eventually set a trap for Tyson Fury, and I think he'll knock Tyson Fury out due to the fact that he's going to come in at least 225, 230. I don't think he's come in at 245. I think at the very best, 230 is good enough for him. So I think that'll be efficient. And you know, as far as tonight's fight on Fox go, Jared Washington just I don't know, man. He just he just ain't that good. For him to lose to the dude he lost to, that says a lot about him. He just don't come into fights focused. Now I know some people gonna get all riled up and think that that dude or Kaczynski or Kanowski, whatever the fuck his name is, gonna be able to do anything with Wilder. Well, I'm telling you right now, he'll get his ass stretched, you know, and it's, he'll get stretched because you know how people like to use the triangle theory. Oh well, dude took him out in 2 rounds. Wilder took this long. I mean, come on, man. Y'all need to stop this shit, man. Y'all be looking real bad when y'all say weirdo shit like that, man. You really do. So y'all just be on some weirdo shit. But as far as the other fights go with Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman, his first fight back in 2 years. Now that I think about it, he did what he needed to do. Keith Thurman got buzzed in the seventh round, and it looked like he was damn near on his way to getting stopped, but he held his own and he maintained. But guys like Keith Thurman, they should be at a point where they should clinch, hold the dude, you know, buy some time, get it, get his legs up under him and shit. Cause Keith Thurman looked like he was in deep trouble. I'm glad that referee didn't stop the fight, but man, but I think Keith Thurman fought the best he could fight. I thought he fought as good as he could fight for the night because that was his first fight 2 years. He beat a very game and tough Josito Lopez. You know, uh, Keith Thurman hit in with some bombs. That would have knocked most people out. He hit in with some bombs, and he couldn't get him to stay down. Now, as far as Josito Lopez saying he won the fight, man, whatever, man. I mean, shit. If Adrian Broner think he beat Pacquiao, then fine. But I had Keith Thurman winning that fight at least. I had it 10-1 and 1 for Keith Thurman. I had 10 rounds for Keith Thurman, 1 round for Josito Lopez and 1 round even. So I guess you could say it was a domination by Keith Thurman. I guess. But that 7th round was kind of telling because if you look at the 7th round, he got hurt by Josito Lopez shit. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, if Pacquiao hit him with something, he would have probably knocked Keith Thurman out or stopped him. But do I like Keith Thurman's chances against Pacquiao? Yeah, absolutely. I think Keith Thurman could give Pacquiao a very good fight, but damn, that 7th round was just kind of worrisome about Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman, uh, man, you just don't let guys like Josito Lopez hurt you. But he recovered and he went on to win the fight convincingly. To me, as far as a majority decision go, I mean, hey, whatever. I mean, there's people that think there was judges that thought that Floyd and Canelo was a close fight, which I didn't think that fight was remotely close. But people, I don't know how they came with a draw. I really don't. But in this day and age, trying to understand boxing is like basically trying to build a house and you're not a construction worker because I don't really know what the judges look for. I don't know what they see. And the funny part about it is you get these trolls, they get mad at you because you don't say the shit that they want you to say about certain fighters that they like. And I told you I'm not here for that. I watched Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner. I watched the fight again, and once again, I didn't like what I was seeing where they over enhanced Manny Pacquiao's performance because Adrian Broner was throwing more than 8 punches in that fight. Like I said, if you don't think Adrian Broner won, that's fine. But for them to make it look like this is Manny Pacquiao's greatest performance, they the ones that's fucking delusional. They really are. But we living in a time where people don't tell the truth anyway. People like put make believe shit out there, and then they know that they got a lot of people that follow them, so they gonna believe the bullshit that they put out. And like I say, people are easily blinded by what they see on television, not television, television. But I've seen some vulnerabilities that Manny Pacquiao possessed too, that I think somebody could exploit. I don't think Manny Pacquiao at this stage can beat Errol Spence. I don't think he can beat Crawford. You know, I don't think he could. I think he would beat maybe Garcia. I think he might would be behind on the cards against Thurman, and I think he might catch Thurman with something. But Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao definitely would lose those fights. Sean Porter, Pacquiao ain't never gonna fight a guy like Sean Porter because, like I said, Sean Porter is just too physical for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao do not like physical fighters. So I don't see that fight taking place. Yeah, what's good, y'all? Yeah, he had a life and death. I mean that 7th round was like life and death. But I mean, he got out of it. But that's just the thing with Keith Thurman. He have those kind of moments in fights. You seen what happened with Collazo. You seen it in the Sean Porter fight. Keith Thurman is known to have those moments where he get himself in deep trouble, but he does find a way to get out of it. To me, he should have clinched. He should have clinched Josito Lopez. That's just my honest opinion. He should have tried clinching, and he did not clinch. And like I said, I have to go back and look at the fight and see what had him in trouble. I think he got countered because I got to remember what it was that hurt him. And I mean, Keith Thurman was really wobbled in that fight. I was looking like, oh man. At the end of the day, whether you have issues with Keith Thurman, you don't want him to lose to a guy like Josito Lopez. You don't want him to lose to a journeyman. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, had Keith Thurman got knocked out, I'm talking about his man. I'm talking about his legacy. I'm talking about his career would have took a major back step. So he was able to pull it off. I mean, I still got to remember that was his first fight in 22 months. But Keith Thurman is the champion. You think he's supposed to like destroy guys like Josito Lopez, but like I said, he got the W, so that's cool for him. And he says that he says he wants Manny Pacquiao. And Freddie Roach was, doing his arrogant talking, saying that Keith Thurman got a Pacquiao friendly style and all that type of shit. But the thing is with Keith Thurman, I think at times if he fought Pacquiao, I think he could push Pacquiao back because Keith Thurman do got a solid jab. He throws his combinations well, and he has a nice body attack. But sometimes he has moments where he loads up, and that's where a guy like Pacquiao could catch him. When you fight a guy like Pacquiao, you should at times be the aggressor because you want to see can Pacquiao counter. Because like that's the thing, Adrian Broner spent too much time letting Pacquiao like come towards him at times when he didn't do anything. Even though Manny Pacquiao was having to reset a lot in that fight due to the fact that he's 40 years old. But I'm just keeping it real. And I don't know. But I will keep an eye on Pac-Man because you can't put nothing past Pac-Man. Oh yeah, Keith Thurman that got knocked out, man. That would have been it for his career, man. That's just real talk. He would have been done. When I say he would have been done, he would have been done. That would have been his whole fucking career down the toilet. But I like Peterson as a good fight for Keith Thurman to see where he is because he had been gone for a while. I don't think Thurman should go directly to somebody like Sean Porter or Pacquiao. I think he need to get one more fight in, then consider Pacquiao. That's just fact. Well, we need to see what he gonna do next. But Peterson, I think Peterson is a good solid fight for Keith Thurman. Because, like I said, there's no need for him to directly go to Pacquiao because I think that's a fight that he might not win. So I would consider one more tune-up fight and then get back in the thick of things. I mean, you say you the man, you say you this, you say you that. I mean, why not just wait, man? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes going directly into another fight, especially somebody a higher caliber, could backfire on you. Man, what's up, man? Yeah, what's up, Town Draco in the building? You know, yeah, what's good, Santa? Ah, man, you see, you know me, man. Town Draco in the building, man, making shit happen. Talking about these fights and shit. Hey, what's up, Jay? Hey, Wood, Wood, I don't know how many times you gotta tell fucking Adrian Broner to just fucking throw punches. I was just looking at, I was just looking at the fight, man. And Adrian Broner, it's just always missed opportunity, man. With Pacquiao, you got the opportunity to throw two or three good punches. You know what I'm saying? Throw a jab, break him across the top, and then try to attempt to throw an uppercut, man. But you know what I'm saying? Try to keep one glove up, man, so Pacquiao can't counter you, and then reset with Pacquiao and come back in. And then with Pacquiao, I wish somebody would just attack the body, but nobody ever fucking do that with Pacquiao. Nobody ever fucking listens. But you telling the truth about Broner, man. I'm more than likely Broner will be at Tank versus Abner Marius. I supposed to be covering that fight. So I'll see, can I talk to Broner? You know what I'm saying? You never know which Adrian Broner you gonna get, because Adrian Broner may say some crazy shit to you. You just never know. Hey Wood, I'm being completely honest with you. The funny part about it is, I told you, I could see Pacquiao like losing the fight to Thurman the first couple of rounds, and I could see him catching Thurman. Cause see, if he had a type of moment that Josito Lopez had, he's gonna finish Keith Thurman, or he's gonna attempt to finish Keith Thurman. But I could see Thurman like doing some serious damage to Pacquiao too. I mean, Pacquiao talked about he gonna fight two or three more times. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video, man. Trust me, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that later on. Separate shit. I'm just doing the boxing live stream now, but it's good. Yeah, but like I said, man, when I see oh, Big Shop, Town Draco. Well, I tried to tell y'all it's a reason why I drive to Vegas instead of jumping on the airplane. Which y'all think I'll be talking about when I say I keep the gym bag on me? So that's what I was trying to tell y'all. I had to take one of the videos down and shit because I didn't want to put it at risk to get my shit like flagged and shit. So yeah, so you know what I'm saying. I might do I got the original videos. I may put them up and make them private and shit so they don't get like so they don't get flagged down and shit. So I may put up what I really did like when I was at the range. All like well, that's why I'm saying Errol Spence is definitely going to attack Manny Pacquiao's body. I think the thing is with Manny Pacquiao, I want to see how he gonna react to somebody walking him down. I just think he gonna spend most of the fight like backing up from Errol Spence. Errol Spence is good at cutting off the ring. I just think the first time Pacquiao get hit in the body, I think he gonna be on retreat mode. But I think Errol Spence eventually is gonna break him down. You have to wonder how Manny Pacquiao is gonna react to him fighting a bigger, stronger guy than Errol Spence. And Errol Spence is really good at like walking people down and cutting off the ring. You know, the thing, like I said, the only thing that with Errol Spence, I don't think he's ever fought a guy like he's never fought a mobile dude like Pacquiao, but I think he'll still be able to get Pacquiao up out of there. Now Crawford, that's gonna be a different story. Crawford is gonna be a different type of elephant for Errol Spence. You know, I'm telling you, Crawford is gonna be a real, real tough fight for Errol Spence. I know a year ago people was talking about the Errol Spence is gonna blow through Crawford, and I'm sorry, I don't see it that way. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't see Errol Spence blowing through Crawford. Do I think Manny Pacquiao could beat Keith Thurman? I think if he fight Keith Thurman next, he got a hell of a chance of beating him. I think Keith Thurman should take one more. I think Keith Thurman should take a tune-up fight and then go to Manny Pacquiao, because he haven't fought in 2 years. I mean, he haven't fought 22 months. You can't fight a Josito Lopez and then go to a dude like Manny Pacquiao. No matter how I feel about Manny Pacquiao, I mean, he's a Hall of Fame fighter. I mean, he's a good fighter. I mean, but I don't think Keith Thurman should go directly to Manny Pacquiao. I'm telling you, Manny Pacquiao probably saw that fight and he was probably like, I can do something with this dude. Because clearly Manny Pacquiao did not want to fight Crawford. Hey, what's up, man? Because if Manny Pacquiao felt that he could beat Crawford, he would have took the fight. All this shit about $20 million to fight Crawford, but then you take less money to fight the Timothy Bradleys and the Lucas Matisse's and Adrian Broner and guys like that don't, and Jeff Horn, that don't make no kind of sense. I know you didn't get 20 million for those fights. I don't see nobody man. I think if Spence can maintain and take Pacquiao's punches, I think he'll be all right. Now I haven't seen Spence like seriously hurt in the fight. I just seen him get like bust a little bit, but he's what he does is a good job of disguise the fact that he might have got bust. He starts right back to throwing punches and shit. I just think he would corner Pacquiao, because Pacquiao ain't used to a good. Pacquiao do most of his work in the middle of the ring, jumping in and jumping out. He what you call an ambush fighter. I think he would have a lot of difficulty having somebody like walking him down and stalking him and shit. That's why I know he would have got beat by Crawford, and that's why I know Errol Spence would beat him. Oh well, Floyd is Floyd. I mean, Floyd is Floyd. That's what I be trying to tell people. That's how good the man is. He took a year off and came back and beat a future Hall of Famer and Juan Manuel Marquez. And at the time, Juan Manuel Marquez was in everybody's top 10. Well, I mean, people get on here and say a lot of bullshit about Floyd Mayweather, but like I keep saying, man, um, that's what people keep forgetting. That's what you got to bring up to those idiots like Max Kellerman, when they be trying to talk that stupid shit about Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao ain't never took 21 months off and came back and beat a top 10 pound for pound fighter and a future Hall of Famer. Everybody knows Juan Manuel Marquez is first ballot Hall of Famer. And that's when I keep trying to tell you, Keith Thurman ain't no fucking Floyd Mayweather. I mean, he think he is, but he isn't. I mean, he can think all he want that he Floyd Mayweather and he the same caliber of Floyd Mayweather, but he isn't. I mean, sometimes you gotta let people think that shit, but he not. That's what people that's what people don't understand. The man took like man, the dude was gone for well over a year and he came back, jumped into the fight with Marquez and like beat him like a drum. Keith Thurman fought somebody like Josito Lopez, and we all know that Josito Lopez ain't no first ballot Hall of Famer. He a journeyman. But that's what that's what I gotta do when I see people. I'm gonna start reminding them of that. Max Kellerman like to talk his little slick shit, but we already know what time it is. But I don't think Max Kellerman gonna be at no PBC fights. But I did hear that he's gonna be on the broadcasting team for Crawford versus Amir Khan. I wish that fight would have been in Las Vegas, but it's gonna be in New York at Madison Square Garden. And that's funny. They're gonna have Danny Garcia fighting the same night. I already know what fight I'm watching. I ain't even gonna be thinking about Danny Garcia. I'm gonna be watching Crawford versus Khan. I think Danny Garcia is fighting Adrian Granados. Most people is gonna watch Bud. Yeah, Marquez just had a hard time like landing punches. I think in the 12th round he landed an uppercut, but on Floyd, I mean, but he was so far behind on points. Shit. I think Keith Thurman, like I said, should get in contact with Al Heyman to say, "Hey man, give me Peterson, and then we'll do Pacquiao." Well, Keith Thurman is the one that believed that. Like I said, man, he the one that got to go overseas and try to get his wife a green card or a visa and all that crazy shit. So that already show you that his head ain't in the game and shit. I think he would be a tough fight, but that's why I want him to fight him so we can really, really see where Keith Thurman is. But you can't go from Josito Lopez to Pacquiao. Nah, not after 22 months off. Nah. Because by Keith Thurman saying he want Pacquiao, to me, he seemed like he just looking for a payday and shit, you know. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just preparing. Like I said, I supposed to be at Tank versus Abner Mares. I got a busy weekend because like right after I get through with Tank Abner Mares, I gotta head over to Fresno and I gotta do the Jose Ramirez fight. So I'm gonna have a very busy weekend in 2 weeks. But I'm praying to God that I see I'm praying to God that I see Adrian Broner at the Tank fight. I'm almost sure he's gonna be at that fight. When I say I'm almost sure he gonna be at that fight, I'm almost sure he gonna be at that Tank fight. And I'm gonna ask him. I hope he wouldn't do that. The funny thing about that, I do think Keith Thurman would be AB, but the funny thing is about AB, what I do give him credit for, like I say, AB will take the fight. He'll fight him. Oh, Leroy from Fame. I remember that. Yeah, I remember Fame. Yeah, I definitely remember Fame. Yeah, Leroy. Yeah, yeah. I think Adrian Broner, like I said, we already know what's gonna happen with Adrian Broner. I keep telling you, they're gonna put him in the ring with two bums or two okay fighters, and he gonna beat them. And then, like I said, he gonna be right back getting a big fight. I hate Adrian Broner's antics, and I'm not even gonna pretend that I like his antics, but That's why they keep putting them on TV. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Because you guys already know that I do this boxing shit. Y'all already know I report boxing and shit. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, in the media rooms, man, them dudes like making fun of guys like Adrian Broner and shit. You know, yeah, he know how to sell the fuck out of a fight with all that minstrel shit he be doing. To a certain degree, it's depressing to see that he got to do all that shit to get a fight. Well, I don't know if he's gonna fight Lamont Peterson. We just saying he should fight Lamont Peterson. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not Lamont Peterson? I mean, Errol Spence fought him, and Errol Spence knocked him out, and Errol Spence got all the praise in the world. So why can't Keith Thurman fight him? I mean, when Errol Spence beat Lamont Peterson, they made it look like that was an epic victory. So I mean, why can't Keith Thurman fight him? So, like I said, let's see. I don't know what Lamont Peterson is doing these days, but he haven't been active in a while. But it's a sellable fight. The thing is, you can't sit up there and criticize Keith Thurman for fighting somebody like Lamont Peterson, and then when Errol Spence fight him and stop him, then Errol Spence is the greatest thing you've ever seen and shit. And that's the problem, man, that a lot of these people do. Like when one dude beats somebody, then it's the greatest victory they ever saw. But then when this dude fight him, oh man, they not impressed. So that's what I'm saying is you can't sit up here and get mad at Crawford fighting Amir Khan, but then you know what I'm saying? Everybody loved the fact that Canelo put Amir Khan to sleep. And you can't come with the oh well, Amir Khan looked like shit in his last fight. Yeah, he did. He sure did. Okay. All right. Well, if that's the case, then then next. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna ask Bob Arum J in Fresno because I'm supposed to be doing the top rank card, and I'm sure the Bob father will be there. I think that fight is coming on ESPN Plus or some shit like that. So, of course, I'm gonna ask Bob Arum, is he true about what he's saying? Bob Arum talked about he want to make Errol Spence Crawford sometime this year because he figure it'll be the best time to make that fight. Everybody will be like at an all-time high as popularity goes, and I think the time is right to make that fight. Nah, nobody saw that fight. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not like trying to dog out Deontay Wilder's brother because Deontay Wilder always show the LDBC love. He do interviews with us. He watch my videos. But let's just face the fact: Deontay Wilder's brother is a prospect. He ain't even on the radar. So that's why I didn't even bother to talk about the fight. What was the use of me talking about the fight? It's not like it was Wilder. So I mean. For real, wasn't even a big deal. I mean, he got knocked out by a journeyman. I mean, sometimes early in your career, that's how you recover. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao got knocked out early in his career, and look what he went on to become. It's just a learning experience. People got to understand Wilder and his brother Nan wasn't like grown into boxing. They like discovered boxing like late like late in their life. Deontay Wilder, I think, was a truck driver before he got into boxing. It wasn't like he was born into the shit. He got into boxing and hey, it worked out for him. I don't think him and his brother was dudes that like started boxing like at 5. Y'all got to understand when you want to become a professional boxer, they want you to start as early as 5 years old. They want you to start entering tournaments and shit like and preparing for boxing like as early as 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if you start at like 12, you sort of like a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand about boxing. So what Deontay Wilder then made of himself, you know, starting late in boxing is amazing. Well, first of all, Fury versus Wilder is pretty much a done. Fury versus Wilder 2 is pretty much a done deal. It's pretty much going to be announced within the next couple of weeks. More than likely, the likely location is Las Vegas. From what I hear, Las Vegas put up a shitload of money for this fight. They wasn't about to let this fight get away from them again. And more than likely, I'll be at that fight. I'll be covering that fight. Pretty sure I am. So it won't be a Fury Joshua. You know, Mark Breland already just spilled the beans that fight is on its way, and Deontay Wilder pretty much just spilled the beans that the fight has been negotiated and that this fight is going to happen, which I think it needs to happen. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Johnny, it's a wrap. It's already they already pretty much said it's gonna be Vegas. Vegas put up the most money. The only thing they deciding on is where it's gonna be at, whether it's gonna be at the MGM Grand or whether it's gonna be at the T-Mobile Arena. God, I hope it's at the MGM Grand. When am I going to cover an East Coast fight? Not anytime soon. I do not like airplanes. And then plus I can't drive to no New York. So I mean, it won't be anytime soon. It would have, like I said, it would have to be a fight that would have to knock my socks off to make me come to the East Coast. Because see, what you don't understand is like um it costs like when you cover a fight, like it costs a lot of money, man, to cover these fights, man. Because like I keep telling you, if I cover a fight in the East Coast, especially if it's in New York, like I said, it's gonna cost me probably if not 2,000, almost 2,000, because depending on when I book my tickets, you're looking at $700 for plane tickets. Okay, then okay, you looking at another 400 or 500 for hotels. Then you looking at another couple of hundred, basically doing Uber and all that type of shit from location to location. Then another couple of $100, like if you to eat and all that shit. So, like I said, you looking at damn near $2,000. Where shit, because I'm gonna tell you right now, every time I go to a Las Vegas fight, um, it cost me at least $1,000, like to cover a fight, man, for rented cars and hotel, eating and all that shit. And then y'all already know I'll be grabbing shoes and kicks and shit. So, like I said, to cover a fight in Las Vegas, it costs anywhere from like you know $700 to $1,000. But I don't mind doing it, you know, because it's cool. How shit. Uh about well, if you just get in your car and drive, if you don't like make too many stops, you could get to Las Vegas from Oakland in about 7 hours and 45 minutes. You know, if you got a fast car, you can get there like 7.5 hours. So at the latest, like depending on the traffic, it's like about 8 hours. Cause I can get to LA like if it ain't no traffic, it about 4 hours. Hell nah. At this point, Tank ain't I know Tank walk around at like 170 pounds, but he not gonna take that fight, and Pacquiao ain't gonna take that fight because Pacquiao got too much, big paydays at 147. I just don't think it's feasible for Pacquiao. I don't think he would even take a fight like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm driving to LA for Abner Mares and Tank Davis. It should probably, if I leave like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I could get there probably around I could probably get there around 6:30, 7 o'clock. Cause I gotta try to make the weigh in and all that type of shit. I gotta try to get to the weigh in, get to the hotel and all that type of shit. Cause I gotta find out what hotel they gonna do the weigh in at. Fremont. Oh, okay. Yeah, cause you gotta come. Well, yeah, cause you gotta go back up. You gotta go back up 880 and then take that freeway where you drive through Pleasanton, and then you drive through Pleasanton, and then you transfer to Highway 5. I I mean, I like to fight, but I mean, like I keep saying, I said this a long time ago that the smart money is gonna be on Tank. I think, like I said, I think that fight will last as long as Tank wants it to last. I think Tank will stop Abner Mares within 5 rounds. I think Tank is going. I think Tank is going. I think Tank is going to stop Abner Mares. One thing about Tank, he places his punches very well, and he's a man. When I say he's a hellified body puncher, Tank like to punish people. I don't think he gonna go in there and try to demolish Abner Mares right away. He gonna try to get his rounds in. I think Tank is gonna try to get his rounds in. I think by the 5th round, I just think that's when Tank just gonna say, "All right, enough of this. Let's get this over with." Because let's just be honest, you don't want Tank to come in there and demolish Abner Mares in like the 1st round, like Johnny Gonzalez did. You do want to see some rounds. Yeah, Tank is gonna punish him first. Tank is gonna punish him first. He probably gonna drop him a couple of times, but then I think like after the 4th round, I think Tank will just end the shit. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I will be surprised if that fight lasts longer than 6 rounds. I just I just don't see that fight lasting longer than 6 rounds. But I've been wrong before, but most of the time I'm not wrong. I don't see that fight going longer than 6 rounds. I will be surprised if it lasts 6 rounds. But I'm dying to see who Tank is gonna call out after he beats Abner Mares. Because I just don't think Pacquiao is feasible. I don't think that's in the cards for Tank Davis, and I don't think Floyd would let Tank take that fight just for the one reason that the possibility that Floyd could come out of retirement and fight Manny Pacquiao for a second time. I think what they doing behind the scenes, I think they looking at the crunching the numbers, seeing how much of a purse they can have, how much they would be willing to pay both of those dudes, location, and what type of buzz they could create for the fight. I don't think Crawford gonna be worried about Errol Spence like knocking out Mikey Garcia. I'm just Crawford ain't that type of dude. Crawford don't be Crawford don't be worried about that kind of stuff. I'm dead serious. because Crawford's mentality is, okay, you knocked out Mikey Garcia, I can knock him out. And Crawford is going to stop Amir Khan. And I'm going to tell you something. Keith Thurman did an interview today. He was spot on about Amir Khan. He said something that we all been saying about Amir Khan. Amir Khan is the best 4-round fighter out there. Like I said, with Amir Khan, for 4 rounds, he gonna give you hell. But as the fight goes on, he gonna start losing steam. You're gonna be able to get his timing down. You're gonna start being able to pick him off, and then eventually you gonna catch him, and then you'll put him away. Because the funny part about it is, I'll be hearing these idiots say nobody's ever outboxed Amir Khan. Amir Khan got outboxed in the last half of the fight by Lamont Peterson, and he was getting tremendously outboxed by Canelo. Canelo was just outboxing him after the 3rd round. And like I said, Amir Khan is the best 4-round fighter. I think it's gonna, like I keep telling y'all, the first 3 rounds with Crawford gonna be back and forth. Don't be surprised, like I said, if Amir Khan win the first 3 rounds versus Crawford. But then what's gonna happen is Crawford is gonna start picking Amir Khan off. He gonna start getting his timing down. And I think he's gonna befuddle Amir Khan when he switches from orthodox to southpaw at times. And he's gonna be able to walk Amir Khan down. And Crawford's reach Crawford got sick reach, and then he got a good jab, and then he got a great uppercut. And I think once he started touching Amir Khan with that, Amir Khan is going to go into panic mode. We already know Crawford is going to drop Amir Khan sometime in that fight. We already know that's going to happen. Well, the thing is with Amir Khan is he's a professional that still fights like an amateur. I don't think Amir Khan never adjusted to being a pro boxer, because he still fights like he's in the amateurs. And I noticed something about Amir Khan. Amir Khan is starting to get a little slower. He's starting to get a little slower. And I know that he's supposed to be back in the Bay Area training with Virgil Hunter, but they've been showing footage of Amir Khan training. I'm gonna be honest with you, Amir Khan don't even be looking impressive when he training for a fight, because like I said, you guys already know what happens. You just prepare. It's like with Amir Khan, it's like, when is he gonna get hurt in the fight? We already know if let's just say he doing good against Crawford the first 3 rounds, he gonna go into look at me mode, and then he gonna say, oh, I can go toe to toe with Crawford, and then that's gonna be his downfall. That's gonna be his downfall, and then that's gonna be the beginning of the end. Because with Canelo started whacking Amir Khan to the body. He started he just started breaking him down. If you look at it, Amir Khan's body was red and shit from them body shots he was taking from Canelo. So you already knew it's gonna happen. I think Amir Khan, that's a good point. I think Amir Khan can't control himself. I think Amir Khan has to throw those those 3, 4, 5 punch combination. I don't think he can throw a quick 1, 2, 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3 and get up out of there. He like to throw 3, 4, and you guys already know. Like I said, what happens? Okay, he gonna throw a 5 punch combination, cover up. By the time he get that 3rd punch off, when he steps back, counter his ass. Step back with him, counter his ass. That's why you notice Amir Khan get caught coming in, or he get caught going out. That's all Danny Garcia did. He timed that shit, and he caught his ass when he was going out. I mean, from what I've seen, I think Spence stops Danny Garcia, and I don't think he could do nothing with nah, man. Bud already offered Danny Garcia a fight. Danny Garcia, I don't know if you know, Danny Garcia got a history of turning down fights. He turned down $3 million to face Bud. He talked about call Al Heyman. He didn't want that fight. He turned down $3 million to make to make against Crawford, which more than likely it would have been more than that. Like Adrian Broner got paid $2 million up front for the Pacquiao fight, but probably when it was all said and done, when you add the live gate, the pay-per-view, the concession, you know, it probably came to probably four and a half. AB already said he made way more than $2 million. So you look at Danny Garcia, he probably would have made $5 million fighting. He would have made probably like $5 million fighting Bud Crawford, probably in Vegas, and he didn't want it. And he got a history, like I said, of turning down fights. He didn't want to fight Spence, and then there was a rumor that Floyd offered Danny Garcia a fight before, and Danny Garcia said no. So he don't be wanting to take big fights. Well, I hope it don't come to that. I hope motherfuckers don't end up in court, man, because I don't want to see motherfuckers ending up in court, man, trying to get a fight made. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, B. I had a big issue, bro, with Lennox Lewis when he did that shit to Tyson, man. I was like hella mad at him about that because Tyson told Lennox Lewis, let me get one more tune-up fight in and then we can make the fight. And Lennox Lewis was like, no, you gonna take the fight now. I'm gonna sue you and all that type of shit. So that's why that was one of the reasons why a lot of people didn't gravitate to Lennox Lewis like while he was fighting this shit. You know, I'm just keeping it 100 because a lot of people didn't like how he went about the Mike Tyson thing. Keep in mind, Mike Tyson was like a very popular fighter. And Mike Tyson had diehard fans, and then based off the fact how Lennox Lewis went about getting the fight, that people didn't respect him for that. And I truly believe that Mike Tyson was telling the truth when he said, let me get the tune-up fight and then we'll fight. Yeah, he was, well, I mean, I got to be completely honest with you. Like, you know, Lennox Lewis just was a dude you just couldn't align yourself to, man, because you had already heard certain shit about Lennox Lewis, and it wasn't because, you know what I'm saying, Lennox Lewis was a dude, he wasn't an interesting like fighter outside, he wasn't an interesting person outside of boxing. Like I said, he had a lot of Tim Duncan mannerisms. Great fighter, but he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't what you would call the most interesting person in the world. Because when you like a superstar boxer, they want you to have the personality along with, you know, being good in the ring. And Lennox Lewis just didn't possess that. Nah, Tyson wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for the fight. That's why a lot of boxing fans, boxing peers didn't respect Lennox Lewis, because they feel like, hey, man, you should have let Tyson get the tune-up fight and it would have been a more competitive fight. You know, Mike Tyson had a good first round, but he ran out of gas and he clearly wasn't ready. But Lennox Lewis got the best of him. I mean, Lennox Lewis stopped him. But I truly believe Mike Tyson was true to his word. He would have gave Lennox Lewis the fight. He just wanted one more tune-up fight. I'm not making excuses for Mike Tyson in the Lennox Lewis fight, but I'm just telling y'all the truth. Lennox Lewis should have gave Mike Tyson that tune-up fight, man. And he fell out of favor with a lot of people. Hey, what's up, JT? Yeah, he fell out of favor with a lot of a lot of people, man. Lennox Lewis, out in the States, man. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't fucking with him. I'm just being honest. Yeah, like I said, I remember that fight. I was mad as fuck when I saw that fight. I already knew what was gonna happen. I was like, man. And it was funny, after the first round, Lennox Lewis just started picking Mike Tyson apart. He just started picking. I mean, you could just tell Mike Tyson had nothing. AJ don't know what the fuck he want to do. AJ just be sitting up selling wolf tickets and shit. Um, I don't think that dude that beat Gerald Washington should be in the mix, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if AJ went that route and fought that dude, fought the Polish dude. Wouldn't nothing surprise me, because nothing that AJ do surprise me. AJ to me just come across as a good dude that don't have confidence in himself. Yeah, AJ don't have no confidence in himself, man. He talk a good game, but at the end of the day, man, he lame with the shit. And the thing is, he been left in the dust. Yeah, AJ been left in the dust, man. Like I said, man, he an afterthought now. He really is, man, based off the shit he was doing. Like I said, once you turn down $50 million, man, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say, man. It ain't nothing you could say. It ain't no get back from that. You can't turn down $50 million that you asked for and then think people supposed to respect you. I think AJ is gonna go on a bomb bash, you know, and fight a nobody April the 13th, and only gonna get like 15,000 streams like he did the last time, and then he gonna be sitting up saying that he the dude. You not the dude. What people don't understand, man, you ain't shit until you fight in the States, man. You could ask anybody, man. You ask anybody that became a world renowned fighter, they had to fight in the States. You're not gonna be able to become a boxing superstar just fighting overseas. And Anthony Joshua should understand that by now. He gonna have to fight. He gonna have to fight out here. Now, who he fights, that's debatable. Yeah, you turn down that kind of money because you don't want the fucking fights. AJ, no matter how much he tried to talk around the situation, he is on video saying, "Give me $50 million, and we'll make the fight." It's no get back from that. The AJ protectors can cape for him all they want. They can sit up there and say, "Well, now he want to fight," and all that type of shit. Well, you know what? Hey, what about then? You had several chances to make this fight. You did not think that Tyson Fury was gonna sign the deal to fight Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury was the key to everything in the first place. Whoever got Tyson Fury first and beat him, that was the key to becoming basically the A side in a fight, because Tyson Fury is undefeated, and he was the former undisputed heavyweight champion until he got off track. So he was the key to everything, and Deontay Wilder beat him to it because he saw how full of shit AJ was. His best bet is to well, AJ already beat Brazil. His best bet is to go with Miller, because Miller got a big mouth, and they can put the fight in Brooklyn. Do I believe Miller can beat him? Not really. I don't trust anybody that head to the local cheeseburger, head to White Castle after they get through with a fight. And I don't trust anybody that come in at over 300 pounds for a fight. Because to me, you just showing that you really undisciplined. Hey. Yeah, you can't sit up there when people ain't thinking about you, then you trying to make these whack ass freestyles and trying to mock somebody's when he made that comment about to this day and shit. Like I said, ain't nobody paying attention to that nigga AJ no more. Ain't nobody paying attention to him. Shit, he damn near people then damn near forgot about him. In a minute they gonna be getting AJ confused with Ray J. What did I think of Keith Thurman's performance? I thought it was good for him. I didn't like that seventh round. I didn't like that seventh round at all. I didn't like what I saw in that seventh round. That seventh round was very disturbing. It was very telling about Keith Thurman. About Keith Thurman, you can get him in trouble. You know, you could take him into deep waters at certain times of the fight. Whether it be Colosso, whether it be Sean Porter, and now Josito Lopez. So you done seen the man get taken into deep water. So I didn't like that shit. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I give him about maybe I guess a 7. I mean, everything else was there, man. Combination punching, the footwork, the body shots and shit. But it's just that seventh round. I thought he won the fight convincingly, but some judge had it a majority decision, which you tell me how any judge had that fight being split right down the middle. I would love for somebody to explain that to me. But then again, like I say, what the fuck do I know? Yes, yeah. Yeah, Johnny, he got to, like I keep saying, man, Manny Pacquiao figured it out. Lennox Lewis figured it out. Even Joe Calzaghe figured it out. You got to fight in the States, man. James DeGale figured it out. You got to fight in the States, man, whether you like it or not. I didn't get that neither. Why Keith Thurman didn't try to clinch. Hopefully he's at the Tank Davis card, and I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, AJ, well, he a clown to me. He asked for $50 million. Then he get the $50 million bag. Then he say, hey, I don't want to sell my belts. He say, I mean, this came out his mouth, man, not mine. He the one that said that shit and did what people remind him of that. Then, I'm saying, he tried to resort to this shit. Oh, well, we got to offer. Like, man, what fucking offer, man? You was offering these motherfuckers blind contracts, no location, talking about if you win, you don't have to get a dude a rematch. But if you, man, fuck out of here, man. Everybody know JT the States is where the money at, man. What type of bread you gonna make constantly fighting overseas, man? And it's fun to fight overseas every once in a while to build up your brand. But like I said, the big money is fighting in the States and shit. Well, I already said that earlier. I think that Pacquiao got the potential to beat Thurman. It ain't like it's a joke or something. I mean, Freddie Roach talking like he liked the idea of that fight. So, you know, but Freddie Roach said he liked the idea of a whole bunch of other fights because I still haven't forgot what Freddie Roach, that shit they pulled with Sergio Martinez when they kept saying that Manny Pacquiao could beat Sergio Martinez, which he couldn't. And then when Sergio Martinez said he had beat Manny Pacquiao's ass, they kept pump faking and offering Sergio Martinez these fake ass uh fight offers, and they kept like saying they changed the weight like 3 different times and shit. I think a lot of these fighters now know based off the type of money that might be available, or they see down the line. That's why they try to get it while they can. at the end of the day, that's the point that I'm trying to make. We can't make fun of a motherfucker. At the end of the day, man, we can't make fun of a motherfucker that got paid $50 million to get his face like bashed in. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he go pay for the plastic surgery to get his face repaired. So we can sit up there and talk shit about him getting knocked out, but at the end of the day, when you lose a fight, depending on what your paycheck is, you technically not losing because you're getting a gigantic payday. At the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. But AJ don't want to take a big payday and lose. So that's a fucking problem with him, and that's why everybody is on that nigga's helmet. Because at the end of the day, how you losing when you gonna have $50 million in the bank? That's money that most of us ain't never gonna see in our lifetime and shit. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, we can talk all the shit that we want. But at the end of the day, even when you fight professionally, depending on how popular you are, a loss is not never a loss. Yeah, Adrian Broner lost to Pacquiao, but at the end of the day, the nigga got like $4 million in his bank account. That fight is not. I don't think Tank and Pacquiao is ever gonna happen. One, Pacquiao is comfortably at 147. You talk about Tank moving up like 3 weight classes to fight Manny Pacquiao. Would Manny Pacquiao go down? And people say, well, Tank Davis walks around at 175 or whatever the case may be, which I don't believe because Tank is a small dude. I seen Tank. Tank ain't that damn big. Tank is a little dude. So I kind of think people were exaggerating about Tank walking around at 175. Maybe at best Tank walk around probably at 150, between 155 and 160. 175, no. Tank is small as fuck. So I think people be exaggerating about that, you know. And Tank ain't on that. I just don't think Tank and Pacquiao is feasible. You know, we would like a fight like that, but I just don't think it's feasible. I don't think Pacquiao would take a fight like that. Not that Pacquiao would be ducking Tank, but the big checks is for him is up at 147. So, nah, he's not gonna do that. Nah, he's not gonna do that. Manny Pacquiao staying at 147. He not coming back down. The only fight he was come back down for was the Lomachenko fight. And y'all see Lomachenko didn't want to fight. The most logical fight for Tank Davis after Abner Mares is either Tevin Farmer or Lomachenko. Do I think Lomachenko want that fight? I think as time goes by, more and more, Lomachenko is going to be less interested in that fight. I would like for Tank Davis to take the Tevin Farmer fight, but that fight ain't going to happen. Whose technique is sloppy? Tank do not have a sloppy technique. The only time Tank looked bad is when he fought on the Floyd Conor McGregor card, and Tank was supposed to be under the weather. You know what Manny Pacquiao was claiming he was under when he fought Adrian Broner. which I don't even know why they felt relevant, why they felt that was relevant to even put that out there. I don't know. I don't think Lomachenko is good at 135. So I definitely don't think, I do not think Lomachenko can survive at 140. I just been seeing a lot of shit about Lomachenko that's just showing me that he gonna be very careful and selective of who he fights at 135. You know, George Linares got stopped. You know, Pedraza and George Linares both did very well against Lomachenko. I just don't think Lomachenko is gonna be any good at 140. Well, that's why Lomachenko didn't take that fight, and then he came up with that bullshit ass excuse that, oh, I would feel guilty about beating a legend. Do you know how stupid you sound saying some stupid shit like that? Every fighter to secure their legacy, to become a legend, they have to fight a legend at one time. It happened with everybody. Larry Holmes had to do it. Larry Holmes had to do it with Muhammad Ali. Then, Mike Tyson had to do it with Larry Holmes, so, and so on and so on. You always have to fight some kind of legend, the Mike McCallum, James Toney fights. So how the fuck you gonna sit up there and say something so retarded? But the only people that believe that is Lomachenko fans. Nobody was buying that shit. Like, that's why it's very important that I go to the Fresno top rank card. I hope Lomachenko shows up because I'm going to press Lomachenko. At the end of the day, when you report on boxing, sometimes you got to ask people tough questions, man. People can't have a grudge against you for asking them tough questions. I mean, do every fighter expect everything to be a love fest? I think Lomachenko just caught Gary Russell Jr. at a good time, man. He caught him at a good time. I think a second fight would be different, but you never know. Lomachenko then moved up. So even Lomachenko said he wasn't interested in the Gary Russell rematch. He said, well, I already didn't beat him, so it ain't no reason to fight him over again. But I'm telling you right now, Manny Pacquiao would have knocked Lomachenko out if they would have fought at 140. I don't think Lomachenko can I don't think he comfortably make 140. And he's struggling at 135, so he definitely ain't gonna look good at 140. Nah, Larry Holmes had to fight Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali wasn't sick then. Muhammad Ali had to take, that's what happened. Legends fight legends. It was the passing of the torch. Muhammad Ali was passing the torch to Larry Holmes, which Larry Holmes held the torch for years. Larry Holmes remained undefeated for shit halfway into the 80s. So, nah, he had to take the fight. And that's what I'm saying. That's why Lomachenko is full of shit. So he the only one to get to say something like that. Oh, I didn't want to fight him because I would feel bad about beating a legend. Man, come on, man. Stop that shit, bro. You're not making no sense, man. Now his fans was like, oh man, Lomachenko is such a humble man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here.